Okay, testing. Sorry for the shitty mic quality. I don't have my actual mic. I left it back in Qatar. But here's the tutorial on how I make hair animations. So, quick disclaimer before we start. I'm using a bendy bone setup. This can be done without a bendy bone setup, but it's just a little bit, you have to do a bit more work. But right, let's just jump straight into it. There's two sections of the hair you need to know about. We have the top section, and then we have the bottom section. If you're using like a normal chain rig, you have the top section, the middle section, and then all of the other middle sections, and then the bottom sections. Basically the same thing, but it's easier to explain it with just two sections, right? So let's start off with the basic hair movement. We're gonna make the hair sway from side to side, and we start that by first selecting all the top controllers. So I've made these top controllers. These move like the the hair as a whole, right? These are like the root controllers of the hair. So we're going to start off at 0. We're going to put a keyframe, and then we're going to rotate these sideways. Make sure you're in individual origin so they all rotate in their own center point. If you use bounding box, it looks like this and it looks really bad. So you use individual origins. Let's rotate it 3 degrees to the right. Okay, we're gonna go to some predetermined frame. I've chosen 20, so my loop is every 40 frames, right? I'm gonna reset the rotation, rotate in the opposite direction by the same amount, and then we'll just duplicate the final frame. Now when we play this, we have some hair swaying, right? It's not that good yet. Next, we're gonna use the bottom hair strands, and we're gonna add extra rotation to these. So I rotated it on the right last time, so we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to rotate by 15 degrees to the right, and then we're going to do the same thing but to the left here, and then we're just going to copy the final frame here. So this is what it currently looks like. It's slightly better, but it doesn't look that good because it looks kind of stiff, right? This is because there's no overlap or delay in the hair motion. So in order to do that, before we can do that, actually we have to first duplicate the loop a little bit so we have more frames to work with. So I'm going to duplicate the loop a bit. I just Shift D, drag it into position, left click, and then Shift R. Shift R just repeats the action you did previously, right? So that's how you easily duplicate loops. And now whenever we move this, it will always loop, which is fine and cool. So now the real magic to making hair animations is offset. We're gonna take all of the bottom ones, all of the bottom hair controls, and we are going to offset this forward in time. So that by offsetting it forward, it just means I am making it happen later. So let's offset it by 3 frames. So I'm going to go select all of the keyframes, move it by 3 frames forward, and now you see this. It's much more smoother. And that's how I make hair animations. Something else you can do actually is to offset this even further by selecting each strand and offsetting them by a bit. So let's say I'm taking the corner strands, right? I take the corner strands and I offset them by 3 frames. Now these are off sync with this, and it adds even more flow. And we can do the same thing with this. Instead of delaying it, I'm going to make it happen quicker. So do this, and now this is perfect. And yeah, that's how you animate here.